notice when you watch a video, someone says, I'm going to change the rear struts, they kind of floss over some of the problems and particularly some of the frustrations. So you watch these videos and the guy says, oh, no problem. You just unhook everything here and then you just pull it out and then you just install it in the reverse order and everything is hunky-dory. Well, that's not the case. You can run into some things that can literally drive you crazy. And I'm going to show you one of those now. Here's the one I really like. You know, you'll see a video that says, oh, you got to get in here back here on the shelf, you know, and you got to get that airline disconnected. So you just got to get a wrench and get back in there, and you're going, what? First off, where is it? And then you got to pull that panel off and you look down and there's a bunch of insulation. You can't even see the airline. When you finally find the airline, you can't even get your head in here. You can get your head in. You would have to come in here with mirrors, or you get your buddy to come out here. He looks through the window while you manipulate that nut. And then you've got 3 nuts that have to come off the top of the strut. One of them's hidden way under the panel. And you're going, what? They told me that all I had to do was just get in here, pull those 3 nuts off the top of the strut, and disconnect that pressure line. What? There's even less room in the W221 than there is in the W220. So you pretty much have to do it by braille. And I'm going to show this on the bench because I can't even film back in there on that shelf. So here are the 3 studs where the 3 nuts need to be removed. 2 of them you can get on with a socket, maybe a socket and a wobble extension, but this one here is hidden up underneath the panel close to the pillar, and I found that that nut is best accessed by sliding underneath the panel like this and using a ratcheting box. You may want one with an angle or one with a swivel head, and that's going to allow you to get to that 3rd nut. And then when you install it, you got to get your hand and just work it under the panel and get it started with your fingers. There's really just one of these 3 nuts that's a pain, but it's this right here that's a double pain. So it's the airline fitting right here that can be the most frustrating to remove and get back on. It's because it's recessed down this hole. Now, most will say, well, just take an open end number 10 and you can go in here and loosen it and tighten it. Well, that's fine when this is on the bench, but when this is up there where you can't see what you're doing, you invariably keep missing this. And you really can't get a feel for how tight this should be. Remember, when you tighten this down, this should only be 2 Newton meters. You're tightening it down enough to seal the O-ring. But you don't want to torque it or you'll squish the O-ring. So after doing this job on this S550, I came up with a new tool. Look at this. Now, this is a tool that you can use braille. You can close your eyes. You don't even need to look up there to get this fitting on and off, because what you're doing is you're using the box end that's cut out to go in and find the line. Once you find the line, you can just move down and get that wrench right on that nut, and you can just tighten it right down. And what I've done is I've left this handle real short so you can't over torque it. So that's the torque right there. So I'm going to offer this tool because I know other Airmatic suspension owners will love this when they go to replace their rear struts. You can see this tool works also on these fittings on the front struts, but since access is straightforward, this is not really needed. Remember, these are supposed to be tightened to a very low torque. I'm going to offer this new tool with my airline repair kit. This is something you may need when you're replacing your Airmatic struts. These are splicers. So let's say you damage the end of the line going into the top of the strut. You can cut a short piece of this line and use this as a splicer and then install one of these new end fittings. So there's 2 splicers, 4 end fittings. I got some line here for you. This is especially high pressure line. And then you'll get the wrench. This wrench will save you mucho frustration.